Well, it doesn't seem 12 months ago since I was last sending a video message of welcome to your very successful conference here in Asia Pacific. This is the third time I think you've come together, and with over 100 people registered for the conference, it's quite clear that our growing RAP family in Asia Pacific is one of our fastest growing families anywhere in the world. Now you might wonder why I'm standing on a footbridge in Basingstoke in England on a cold winter's day. And the reason for that is it's important to emphasize that everything we're trying to do together is about saving lives. And I'm standing looking at a site where somebody quite recently died. It's a very typical situation anywhere in the world. There is a regional road behind me. The speed limit is 60 miles an hour, 100 kilometers per hour, and far too close to the road are lampposts. Now this road was designed perhaps 20 years ago, so not that long ago, but it's not modern either. So it sends a message to us about the scale of the challenge that we face across the world's road networks. We have to rid the network of these poor safety features. We have to tackle the busy, high-risk roads on which so much of the world's death and serious injury takes place. And together we're doing that. If I stand back and reflect for a moment, I can think in the last 12 months of some extraordinary progress across the globe. In Latin America and the Caribbean, there are now 16 countries undertaking RAP programs. We've inspected the roads from Mexico right down to Panama in Central America. In Paraguay, the government has talked very clearly about raising the minimum standards of its roads to a 3-star level. And in Mexico, at the World's Road Congress, in front of several thousand people, the Mexican government declared their wish to carry out RAP road inspections on the entire national road network, some 40,000 kilometers. If we move a continent across to Africa, we see the way that work in Tanzania, Kenya and Uganda has come together. We're now talking about projects linking those countries economically, important trade routes which can be wrapped and lives saved. Two things worthy of special mention in Europe, I think, are firstly the European Road Safety Atlas. This was an extraordinary cooperation published in the summer of last year, where risk mapping and star rating for a total of 22 countries was published in one online document. Later in the year, in the autumn, 14 countries have come together to make a proposal to do one project to provide what they call bank-ready investment plans for the development banks working in Europe. And, well, of course, you in Asia Pacific have had some outstanding successes yourselves this year. I think particularly of the work in the Philippines, supported by the President himself. That has been a real star performance. And of course, if we look overall at progress in Asia Pacific, we now see that there have been inspections across 56,000 kilometers of road involving 12 countries. During the year, I was able to visit Malaysia and talk to the Minister about the progress on IRAP in the country. Malaysia was, of course, the first country in Asia Pacific to carry out the RAP program, and I'm very pleased with the progress that is taking place, and also the progress that's been made in New Zealand and Vietnam, who are early in the programme. These countries have a lot to teach, not just each other in Asia Pacific, but they have lessons that we can use worldwide. There's also been some very important progress in India this year. Working with the Global Road Safety Facility and the Bloomberg Foundation, we've taken forward programs in Karnataka and Haryana. What's important about the work in India is the way that engineers are now being given the challenge to star rate designs and to achieve minimum 3-star ratings. Another huge country where the Bloomberg and Global Road Safety Facility cooperation is working well is in China. I really am delighted with the progress that's taking place in China RAP. We can build such an important program in China working with the Research Institute of Highways and the government authorities. I'm very pleased with the innovation and technical cooperation we're also receiving from China. There is so much to learn and so much that we can do together as a family. No one would dream of constructing a walkway like this without barriers to protect people from falling into the road. The risks are obvious. Yet, alongside hundreds of thousands of kilometres of the world's roads, we see risks which are just as great. There are people vulnerable to heavy, fast-moving traffic walking alongside the road without footpaths. There are junctions laid out to standards we know aren't safe. Now together, we know how to stop the deaths and serious injuries that are taking place, and to do it systematically and to spend the money well. Together, we can free the world of high-risk roads. I wish you all the very best in your conference today.